Hello, it's Miss Kay from the Hewitt Public Library with Baby Time. This week when you visit our webpage and look at our flyer, you will find that we are continuing our focus on the importance of play, and we have lots of fun activities again for you on that flyer. And our focus in our board book section is on counting. And here's a cute little book we have, 1, 2, 3, with the 10 little rubber ducks. We have many counting books, and that is such an important thing for you to do in front of your baby. You say, Miss Kay, my baby's too big. All right. And the more you talk, the smarter your baby's going to be. And counting is a part of that. Counting, show them 1, 2, 3, 4 baby food jars. 1, 2, 3 baby bottles. Count for them all the time and show them what you're counting. Alrighty, well, I hope you enjoy the counting books. If you need any help, come visit us at the front desk and we'll help you find some. It's so good to be with you this Monday morning, and I will see you again next week. You have a great week. Bye-bye.
Moving on to our last letter in motor is rolling. In the 0 to 6 month age range, this is one of the biggest milestones that we're looking for our children to reach. Rolling usually occurs 4 to 6 months. Some babies may roll earlier than 4 months, but if you're getting close to 6 months and your baby's not rolling, that's when you might want to call a physical therapist, a pediatric therapist, and start to get some screens and maybe a little bit of extra help. Here we're going to give you a lot of techniques that might get you started on that help to help your child roll. A lot of parents that I've worked with, when we screen their children or who have come to our little rollers workshop in Waco in clinic, say, well, my baby is not really rolling, and that's okay, right? We might just skip this and go straight to crawling. Every milestone exists for a reason, and in that device society that we talked about a little bit earlier, our babies have started skipping milestones, and that is a little bit concerning. I'm going to give you an example. When you transition, if your child is laying on their back and they want to sit up and they're over a year old and they want to get up from the ground and start walking, they're going to need to roll from playing on their back to their side or their stomach so that they can push up with their hands, stand up, and start walking away. So rolling's going to come into play with transitions as your child starts to move more. Rolling also helps to develop oblique muscles, supporting muscles, so that they'll need that strength for coordination later on. The other thing rolling gives you is vestibular input. So we mentioned vestibular in our intro as one of the senses that we need to be developing with gross motor play and development. And the vestibular system helps us feel where we are in space, so it can help us tolerate swinging. It's going to help with our balance. If we don't have a good vestibular system, our children may have trouble with balance later on once they start playing sports or engaging in PE and play with others. So really, these skills that we're asking you to work with your children on are going to develop muscles and coordination that carry them all the way through life. So we don't want to skip them. Everything exists for a reason, and it's so tempting to just want to rush through. So let's head to the floor and start going through some tips and tricks to start with your 0 to 3 month old, building the early building blocks for rolling, and for your 3+ month old, actually working on those rolling skills. As we're working through our rolling tips and tricks, one of the most important things is that you're working on rolling to both sides. So we see a lot of babies in physical therapy who have that torticollis or flat head, and a lot of times that creates some tightness and muscles on one side, and we get stronger on one side than the other. And so we get really excited because our baby is rolling, but they'll be only rolling to the right or only rolling to the left. So as you work on rolling, a way to prevent asymmetrical strength and asymmetrical development in the muscles is to work on rolling over the right and left shoulders, and you definitely want to roll back to belly and belly to back. So rolling doesn't just happen overnight. You do have to work on a lot of pre-rolling skills. So for our 0 to 3 month olds, a great way to start to work on that is after a diaper change, or if you're just playing with them on the floor, bending both their knees. You can put some pressure through their feet if you want, or you can just hold here and just rocking their trunk from side to side. Because eventually with rolling, we do want their upper body and lower body to disassociate or move a little bit separately. We don't want them to roll straight like a log. We want them to be able to separate their hip and trunk. So this just kind of helps with that. They usually like it. You're starting to relax there. You're getting sleepy eyes. Just going side to side. So again, just 2 or 3 times after a diaper change, or if you're just playing with them on the floor, that's a great pre-rolling activity to work on. So we're gonna work on one of my favorite rolling techniques, helping them at their legs and hips. One of the things we do frequently is not give them enough time. So one of the big tricks with this tip is to make sure to give them time to follow your lead and not completing the roll for them. So if you get a fun toy and kind of put it in the corner, do you want some crinkle paper? Here. And bring their leg, so I'm bending her hip up towards her stomach and across her body. So I'm doing the first half of the roll for her, and then we want to give her time to finish the roll. So we're gonna put something over here in the corner, and there she's starting to go. And this is where you just have to wait. It's gonna be real tempting to go finish it for them. And I'm holding her leg here, and I have my thumb on her little bottom. There we go, good job. And she did it. You did it. That's so exciting. So that's one of my favorite ways to help them at the legs. And again, the most common mistake is doing the roll for them. Just hold their leg there and let them follow your lead. And then if you're working on going belly to back, you can come from the leg here and just start at their hips. I'm just holding her hips, a little pressure. And then she finished herself. Good job! And that is helping with rotation at the legs and hips. Yeah. So rolling back to tummy, it happens in the 4 to 6 month range. A lot of kids are gonna do it earlier. So we wanna think about this area as the sweet spot. So see how she immediately turned to follow the toy? We're kind of diagonally between her shoulder and her head. So she's already starting to roll. So if you hold something of interest, and I'm just doing one finger on her leg, and I'm gonna put that toy right there in that sweet spot and just let her keep going. You wanna go get it? Go get it. Where'd it go? Hey, go get it. There we go. She's so close. I'm letting her do the work. Good job. Good job. Oh, here we go. Hey, it's okay.